It was the first week in August, and I was all ready for my camping trip. I had everything laid out. I had it all packed in these amazing, not sponsored stuff sacks from MEC. You can put so much stuff in there, squish it down, and just toss it in your backpack. I was all packed up, ready for this 4-hour drive to Riding Mountain National Park. You ever feel like the universe is just telling you, girl, just stop. This is not for you. I am supposed to be camping right now. I was looking forward to this trip for a while. I'm on vacation all week this week. So all last week I did as little work as possible, just dreaming of this little trip I was going to take. I was supposed to go to a national park I hadn't been to before in Manitoba. I was super excited. I was getting everything all planned out. Middle of last week, I thought, hey, don't I have a kidney doctor appointment coming up? I should check and see when it is. Well, it was at 1:30 this afternoon when I had hoped to be on the road by about 9 a.m. today. So I knew I could just blow it off because it's an important appointment. So I thought, okay, I'll just shift everything later. So I was getting ready to go, and I was like, okay, I have to get everything packed up. So the second my appointment is done, I can just hop in the car, grab the highway, and just be on my way. And it was cloudy this morning, and then it started raining, and I was like, well, whatever. I'm driving 4 hours away. It's fine. So then it started really raining, just pouring sheets down, just instantly. It was so rainy. And I still thought, no big deal. I'm going to a different province. It's fine. So got everything all packed up in the rain. And I made my way across town to my doctor's office. Appointment went okay, not great, but not horrible. We could talk about that in another video. And then I got back to my car, and I was kind of looking at the weather map and on the weather app and whatnot. And it showed all the rain clouds in the storm system pushing eastward. So basically all the rain and shit we were getting right now was just going to end up in Manitoba later today. And there was severe thunderstorm watches and stuff, and it said there could be a chance of hail forming. And I was just I'm a very, like I said, I'm a very fair weather camper. So a little bit of rain is fine. Last time I went camping, there was a little bit of rain. I had enough coverage where the trees were, kind of over where they had the fire pit set up, that I sat back there with the fire with when a little bit of rain came around dinner time, and I was dry. I was this is fine, totally fine. A little bit of rain overnight, totally fine. But pouring buckets while you're trying to set up a tent after driving for 4 hours, less fine. I know that I would just be headed straight to meltdown town. So I thought it's probably for the best that I just cancel, that I just finish my appointment, turn tail, and go home. I was I'm truly so disappointed. There's so much wildlife viewing that's supposed to go on out there, and lots of great hiking trails. So I absolutely did cry a little bit on my drive home, which isn't really saying much because I cry about everything at all times. So, I mean, of course I cried about this, but super disappointing. I already kind of had a feeling I wasn't going to have enough time there anyway. I was just going for 2 nights and 2.5, 3 days. That's really all the time that my schedule allowed. And I knew I was going to want more time there. So I'll just have to make sure I plan things better and go next summer. I was kind of feeling stressed out about things that I had to get done around the house, because it's well, I'm gone Tuesday until Thursday night, and then I have this, and this to do, and I already have plans on Friday, and then it's the weekend, and then I have to go back to work, and then I got nothing done. So this is probably a blessing in disguise, but it still sucks, and I'm allowed to be disappointed about it. I was still itching for a little bit of a road trip because I do quite enjoy highway driving. So I've been thinking lately about wanting to go back to the city of Moose Jaw, which is only about a 45 minute drive from where I live. They have a really good little cafe there that I've been really wanting to get back to. So I thought, what the heck, let's spend the afternoon in Moose Jaw. Now, in order to do that, I have to take this weird bridge that we're approaching right now. Scares the shit out of me every time I drive it. I know it doesn't look like anything in this video. Like watching it now, I'm like, this is nothing. I hate driving on this bridge. I think it's the way it curves and I'm up over other traffic that's going underneath me. And I'm not the only one. I know of other people who hate driving this bridge. And a lot of times in the wintertime, I just won't do it. So I just don't go to Moose Jaw at the height of winter. But as we can see, we've survived the bridge and we are a little bit closer to Moose Jaw. So I visited Hive Espresso Bar on Main Street in Moose Jaw. I had a bacon and cheese pinwheel and their Hive latte. So I usually get it iced, which is what I had here. It's just your standard iced latte, but it's made with their Hive syrup, which is a combination of honey and cinnamon. It's so good. Like, it's absolutely worth the drive if you're ever in Moose Jaw. Hive Espresso Bar on Main Street. So I enjoyed that while I sat and finished reading Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. It was pretty entertaining. I enjoyed it. The main character is so incredibly unlikable, but yet it didn't take away from the book. Like, she's meant to be unlikable, and I still really enjoyed it and just wanted to see her suffer through the whole thing. It's like, you need to pay for what you've done. So, another recommend from me. So I'm just stopping for a minute in the park in downtown Moose Jaw. I don't have my microphone, so I might have to voice this over. I don't even know. Yeah, we're going to voice this over. So my mouth is not going to match up with the sound, but if you can read lips, see if they match up. Basically, I'm just saying this park is so beautiful. I had never visited it before, even though I had been to Moose Jaw several times before. It's so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. So many beautiful little walking paths. There's a little creek that I'm sitting by. I was really struck by how peaceful it was in there. I just felt like so calm and so relaxed. I could have sat there all day. I really, really enjoyed just sitting in the park. It was so hot and humid. I was glad that I had a water bottle back in the car with some air conditioning to enjoy. Look at that derpy smile. Then it was back on the road to head home. Shout out Government of Saskatchewan Ministry of Highways for this smooth ride. The rest of the week off was pretty chill. I went out for lunch one day and just kind of hung around at home a lot. I was out in the yard with the cats when it wasn't raining or too hot to be outside. They always love getting to go for a run in the yard. And then to end off the vacation, I went with my sister and my niece to the Royal Saskatchewan Museum where we saw Scotty. Much to my sister's shock, I had never seen Scotty before. So some facts about him: he is the largest T-Rex ever discovered in the world, and the largest of any dinosaur discovered in Canada, one of the oldest and most complete fossils of its kind at more than 70% bulk. And he's in my hometown. That's kind of cool. So that's it. My week off didn't go to plan at all, but I pivoted and I made the best of it. I still had a pretty great week off. Not everything on my list got done. The garden still needs to be weeded. But everything in the garden is still growing well. Strawberries are doing really well. I would post a video here of how well the strawberries are doing, but every time I go out in the garden, I just eat everything that's there while still standing in the middle of the garden. In my last video, I said I wanted to make a video once a week, and that was Cute. I figured I'm good at editing audio with the podcast that I used to do, so video editing shouldn't be a problem, right? Video editing is a completely different beast. I'm getting better at things and I'm learning a whole lot. Shout out to the dudes on YouTube who make a whole bunch of tutorials for DaVinci Resolve. So I think it's more realistic right now to shoot for one video a month and then maybe a few shorts. At the height of the pandemic, I was using TikTok regularly and I made a few videos on there, which I really enjoyed. I think I've scrubbed that account, so don't go looking for it. But yeah, I'll probably throw a few shorts in here and there as well. I do want to try and get one more video out this month. I know we're getting close to the end of the month here, but maybe just a bit more like just yapping at the camera about going back to school and kind of what that entails. Because I start school in a little over a week. If I can figure out how to add like a little like box here or something that's a link to a short I made for back to school shopping, I'll do that. If not, I'll put it in the doobly-doo at the bottom with just a little link to the short. It got some pretty good traction, so I was kind of surprised by that. So if you watched that and you're here for that, thank you. But until then, I love you, thank you for watching, and be kind.